Hi everyone, welcome back to a very different kind of painting video. When I started this piece, I honestly didn't know what it was going to become. I just wanted to experiment, make a smaller study, something to explore and learn from without any pressure. And I thought I was just playing with background ideas for my botanicals. But looking back now, I basically ended up painting a close-up. Something almost photorealistic, a field of tall grass or swirling leaves, but I just didn't realize it at this time. So this video is all about that process and I'll explain what I was figuring out along the way. But first let's talk about this first base layer. I began with a very vivid lime green by Liquitex and just a dry brush to sweep the paint across the canvas, didn't overthink it, just wanted to get that energy down. A little messy, a little spontaneous, but full of movement. And this idea, it came from my sketchbook. I write random thoughts and ideas throughout the year, and once in a while I flip through it and just see what still excites me. And one note says, try a layered background for the botanicals. So that's what sparked this experiment. And after finishing my latest collection, the Rainbow Sibling series, I used only solid base colors for the background. And so it was definitely time to explore something more dynamic, something that already feels alive before I even paint the botanicals on top. The idea is more like a hazy layer of blurred leaves or tall grass in the background. So this was my first study and my first attempt to figure that out. Here I'm using a damp sponge to blend the color softly, and that vivid lime green that adds such a beautiful fresh highlight here. I did use also some sap green for the deeper tones because I definitely wanted some contrast and depth right from the start. So next I'm starting to layer leaf-like strokes using a 1-inch flat brush by Data and Rowney. I did thin the paint slightly with water so it became a bit more translucent and just followed the motion of the brush here. No plan, only a plan on the left top here with that vivid lime green. I don't want to get it too dark there, I want more of a transparent shade over that. So for that part I added a bit more water to my mixture. And working small like this is not something I do often, and it was definitely a challenge. I usually paint big, sweeping botanicals, so switching to this tighter rhythm forced me how to slow down and really look. The idea was to create here in this study 4 or 5 layers of these overlapping strokes, and it was a bit counterintuitive because I normally build my compositions quickly and intuitively, but this was about patience, learning how to build depth slowly and through transparency and also repetition. And honestly, it turned out way better than I expected. So after the darker layers dried, I went in with a lighter mix, sap green, a touch of yellowish green and some titanium white. And the titanium white really makes the colors more opaque. And this part was the hardest because I had to paint against my usual direction. Instead of following the flow of my brushstrokes, I crossed over them on purpose. And at first it looked like a complete mess and I really hated it for a moment. But I pushed through. And that's the thing, sometimes those awkward, ugly stages are where the magic starts from. And you just have to trust, trust that it will come together. Or not, but you will definitely learn something from it. This whole painting, it really took me quite a while, and even though it's small, it's a 16 by 16 inch, that's 40 by 40 centimeters. But that's the beauty of doing small studies. It's low pressure. You can explore freely and see what happens without worrying about messing up a large piece. So once this layer was dry, I added even more titanium white and a bit of cadmium yellow to brighten up the color. And what's funny is that the end result of this painting, which you will see in a bit, looks completely different from what I normally paint, but it still feels like me. It's the same brushstrokes, just used differently, layered, reversed, and repeated, and crisscross. So I love how much depth this is getting. The darker greens below, the airy highlights on top. And when I watched this footage back, I realized how calm I was while painting it. I had some soft music on and I was completely in the moment. Wasn't analyzing or judging, well, just for a little bit in the beginning where I hated it, but I felt in such a good flow. And you will see that in the end result as well. And with every layer, I made a lighter shade of the color that I used previously, because that's how you create the depth. And after the final layer, it all came together. I did leave some brushstrokes more transparent to keep that airy look. And suddenly, this painting, it started to look like something very familiar, something very alive. Tall grass, swirling foliage, whatever you want to see in it. But it's something that you understand. It's abstract, but it's also realistic. And this little study, it reminded me that going deeper into one idea often brings more growth than just jumping to a new one. And it made me realize as well how much potential is in this idea. These backgrounds could easily live under my botanicals, maybe a bit more blurred, but as a standalone, I really, really love this painting. I will definitely be making more of these, slightly different, one with probably some warmer sunset tones, one some cooler, the other one more blurred. I just want to see how different color moods change the feeling while keeping the same flow. Yeah, so I think I will take the next couple of weeks for that to figure out what I really love and understand my process here a little bit before I dive into combining my already standalone botanicals with a more layered background like this. So yeah, that's where this painting led me, deeper into my botanical world, using the same techniques, but with a new focus on movement and light and yeah, depth. Thank you so much for watching and being here and listening to my story and being here with my journey and following along. Let me know in the comments what you think and what color variation you want to see next. See you next week, Saturday.